Tears are filling up their glasses. No expression, no expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow.
That the minimum wage, if you were to account for inflation today, we are making several dollars less than what the minimum wage was back then. So as cost of living has gone up and the inflation has occurred, we have not properly accounted for minimum wage. So it would seem to me that we are shooting ourselves in the foot. We are not taking care of our populace because we're not paying them what they need to survive.
I do think we do need a minimum wage. I was hired above minimum wage, and so I can't imagine the difficulties people face on minimum wage. Knowing what I face, I came here starting more than minimum wage.
I think it's very, very low. It's not enough for even a single person to live on.
The correct number is hard to circle around because there is overhead. The largest overhead in any company typically is human resources. That being said, it's also the most effective use of money per pay. So, or I should say per unit of. I'm trying to think of the right word. It's the right. It's you get the most out of people for the dollar that you pay. Because we.
Oh my word! Off the top of my head, I did my calculations for what it would cost me to do $15 an hour, net $15 an hour, not actually get paid. You get paid $15, then take all the taxes out, then you get significantly less than $15. I thought if you could net $15 per hour, that's yeah, so it'd be over 15. So something like $20 an hour or so. So after taxes, is about 15. I would love that to be personally.
I've seen things about raising the minimum wage to $10 an hour, and I mean, when I started working, it was something like $5 an hour, and at the time when I was 16, I was like, well, that's a great thing, but that was 20 years ago, and it's gone up $2 in 20 years.
In the job market, you can't actually accurately predict that. You can make some generalizations, but I mean, at the end of the day, people still need to be serviced, right? I mean, like it drives companies to be more innovative in how they produce their supply chain, how they maintain their supply chain. I would think that it's short-sighted to say just because this is going up that the only option to accommodate for it is to cut losses. That's would be bad business.
Oh my. I can imagine there's always going to be a shift when you increase minimum wage. Some jobs who maybe can't afford that wage anymore, those might go away, but we don't know yet if there might be new jobs created by companies who now have more effective employees that can sell more and do better stuff. Or they're paid more money, or they can hire better employees because they're offering more money. So maybe I'm thinking if that happens, perhaps they could create jobs somewhere else. It's very smart people do that.
Cut me into two. And with all your magic
It's between, I would say 20 and 30, depending on how long you're here, and then it's more on the weekends.
What's this?
It's a class day project.
I'm sorry?
It's a project.
Yeah, you guys are.
You're such a precious jewel. And I don't, and I don't, and I don't, and I don't. No, I don't, it's true. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't want anybody else but you. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't.
Because the cost of living would have to be at least $8 to $10 an hour, I imagine. Myself, I'd make $8 to $12 a day out here, maybe, and some days, just eat and buy propane, it's $100 a day.
I wanna fall so hard. And I call it magic.
I think it should be a little higher. Kids and people are working really hard for their hour in order to get that, and especially if you're trying to maintain a family or support other people on that, the price it is at right now isn't high enough to do that, especially like in the work world that I've seen. If I were to raise minimum wage, I think I would put it up to at least $8.50, maybe go up to $9. Yeah, most of the people I know work for minimum wage, and it's okay for when you're in high school and you're not supporting anyone, but working in other places like a restaurant and seeing how it affects the lives of families, and for when you're growing older, like throughout college and upper years, I think it's different for them than it is for people who are just starting off with their first job.
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do. Of course I